We've all been there, that dreaded sales slump. Business starts to slow down and we start to get into our heads thinking, where did I go wrong? Then we try to fix the problem with hustle or maybe throwing money at the problem instead of slowing down, reassessing what happened, and then realigning. If this has happened to you, then this is your episode because we're going to talk about a 3-step process you could take to rebuild momentum. So keep on listening. Hey, your next level of expansion is here. And you're not going to accomplish it through hustle and grind. Oh no, not you. You allow ease and flow to come through you so that you can manifest the business of your dreams. Welcome to the Aligned Businesswoman podcast, where you get to be in flow and allow your strategic CEO to meet your inner goddess. This is the podcast for female entrepreneurs who want to strengthen their intuition muscle while applying simple and practical business growth strategies to accelerate. We'll combine energetics and strategy along with human design and your gene keys to optimize your business performance and results. We're halfway through the year. Oh my goodness, where did the year go? How did you start your year off? How did you start it off energetically, your mindset, your business strategy? I want to know all the things. Join me inside the Aligned Businesswoman Facebook group to share it with me. We only have a few more episodes left this season before I go on my summer hiatus. So I'm going to make sure that I leave you with quality content that you can listen to over and over again. But if you are inside Mindset Magic Mastery, this is my low ticket coaching offer. It's a private podcast channel where you can submit your questions and I will answer them for you. I will do riffs for you. Then you will still be in contact with me. So make sure that you join. You can check out the show notes so you can join for as little as $9 a month, stay as long as you want, and get as much as you need. So let's dive into today's episode about 3 steps to rebuild momentum in your business when you're experiencing a sales slump or maybe just feeling in a funk. I was inspired to do this episode as I was writing the Sales Flow Masterclass because we're going to be talking about an energetic alignment strategy for your sales and your marketing. And that is happening on June 6, 2024. So depending on when you're listening to this, I'm doing it for free and then giving access to the replay for a really low cost. But I want this to be such a high value masterclass that people leave like thinking I should have paid thousands of dollars for this. And so I'm really putting my heart and my soul into this, but I want to give you a little glimpse of something that can enhance your experience or your results when you listen to that masterclass or when you join us for that masterclass. And so this is where this episode came from. So step number 1 is to realign your energies. You want to harmonize your divine feminine and masculine energy to restore balance and clarity in your business approach. So this could be maybe slowing down, meditating, take a walk, any kind of pattern interrupt from the daily grind or the daily focus on the slump. As I'm saying this, I realized, wait a minute, that's exactly what I did to have an increase of 3,000% in my business when I was stuck in this distorted masculine energy. And that was when the Balanced Work Week was born. That is where I shifted gears and the right path for my business and my purpose was revealed because I wasn't so concentrated on the problem and then feeling in a funk and then throwing a pity party. Which brings me to this next part. At this step, we can choose to either harmonize your divine feminine and masculine energies, or you can go to the distorted. And the distorted masculine right here looks like overworking, micromanaging, pushing through exhaustion without listening to your body's needs, which often leads to burnout and a lack of creative inspiration. So definitely getting a pattern interrupt or having a pattern interrupt. Even if you tap, move positions, move positions. I'm thinking of rock the boat. Anyway, you can tell how old I am. So, just kind of moving your environment, going for a walk, getting up so that you're not focused on that. And then the distorted feminine energy that we can default to in this, situation would be overthinking and self-doubt and procrastination due to the fear of failure or judgment or choosing the wrong things. So this further causes you to be stuck in inaction and unable to move forward with confidence. Do you see like the cycle that it creates? So you can either choose to stay in that, or we can harmonize and realign your energies. And this is how you do this in step 1, is that you identify what exactly is imbalanced. So reflect on whether you've been too much in your distorted masculine energy. So are you overworking? Are you pushing too much? Are you trying too hard? Are you forcing? Are you trying to be convincing to your prospects so they can buy? And then is that chasing them away? Or are you into your distorted feminine energy? Are you overthinking, self-doubt? Are you distracting yourself with like hobbies and projects so that instead of actually taking action and asking for the sales or doing the marketing, instead you're, you picked up painting or something, like what are you doing? Is that, are you taking yourself away from the things that you really need to do because you're stuck in that distorted feminine of overthinking and self-doubt and confusion? So you can use journaling or meditation to gain these insights. I have a free meditation called the Infinite Awareness Meditation. It's been really helpful for a lot of my clients, and some people just in my audience, I haven't purchased from me yet because it slows down their mind and it gets them to recalibrate to the version of themselves that has the things that they want. So they get to step into her shoes and like, wait a minute, if this is what she has, what does she do to have those things, and how does she feel, and who does she see herself as? So check that out. That is in the show notes. I also have a new free resource coming out, so stay to the end so I can tell you all about that. In this step 1, once you've identified your energy imbalances, you want to have a consistent daily energy practice. So incorporate practices like meditation, yoga, mindful walks to center yourself. This is not just to get you out of the funk and then you abandon these practices. This is something that's ongoing for you. If you find that you go through highs and lows, a roller coaster, that just tells me that you are not consistently following your energetic alignment strategy, that you move way too much in your business strategy and you're not focusing on energy and state management. You want to set aside time each day to tune into your intuition and reconnect with your vision and purpose. And here is a bonus tip if you're into human design. Look at your human design chart to see what the gate is in your unconscious and your conscious Venus, because that's all about what you value. And specifically in your unconscious Venus, because those are things that people experience about you. So they might be out of your awareness, out of your conscious awareness. So go back to that and look and say, okay, if these are the things that I personally value, how am I getting away from that in my business? You'll also want to look at the lowest expression of that gate. So for instance, I have gate 11 in my unconscious Venus. And I've noticed that if I have too many ideas or I chase, quote unquote, chase the wrong ideas, then it gets me out of alignment. It pushes me into a distorted masculine energy. Just a pro tip right there if you're into human design. For those who would like a practical visual of this, it looks like this. You spend 15 minutes each day in the morning in meditation to clear your mind and set a focused intention for the day. Follow this with a strategic planning session where you outline key tasks and goals. This is where my newest journal called the Practical Manifestation Journal comes into play, because it allows you to blend the woo or the spiritual intuitive planning with strategic planning, because it says, this is my 30-day goal. What are the 3 steps today that I get to take to reach that goal? And how am I going to align my beliefs, my emotions with this goal to support me? So check that out. It is in the Aligned Businesswoman shop, or you can look up on Amazon, Vanessa Ann Miller, and then you'll see the Practical Manifestation Journal. It has a beautiful butterfly on the front cover. Next, let's talk about step 2. Now that you have identified these imbalances and you are practicing tuning into your intuition It's time to reevaluate and revise your strategy. So the action here is to conduct a thorough review of your current business strategy and make necessary adjustments to align it with your refreshed vision and goals. The Profitable CEO Accelerator, which is my group coaching membership, was birthed from this concept of allowing your intuition to guide you and to reveal things to you that maybe you don't see, and then using the logical mind to adjust your strategy and realign yourself with that vision you originally had when you started your business or when you started a specific project within your business. But sometimes we default to the distorted masculine and feminine energy. So let's talk about that. When we are not taking this step in the direction of where we want to go, the distorted masculine looks like rigidly sticking to a plan that isn't working, refusing to adapt or pivot because of fear of losing control. Let me know, can you identify with that? Like, you just want to control it, or it's kind of like there's no going back now, and we become stubborn and married to the problem, married to the victim it makes us. Because then we feel that it's almost as an excuse. It keeps us in a safe space. This can lead to continued poor results and increased frustration, which that's exactly what we don't want. And then the distorted feminine that we can default to looks like avoiding, reviewing, and updating your strategy due to the fear of making mistakes or facing the reality of what's not working. This can keep you stuck in a cycle of inaction and uncertainty. As I'm just saying that, I'm thinking about how sometimes we can get stuck in personal relationships because we don't want to face the truth about a person, or, we just we fear being alone, or we fear this and that. And so we can apply that same strategy in business. So let's talk about how to reevaluate and revise your strategy. In the first step, you started to assess your current strategy. So you reviewed your business plan, your marketing tactics, and your sales processes, and you identified what's working, what's not, and where the gaps are. So with this being said, the next step is to set clear goals. You want to design specific and measurable goals for your business. Something that we do inside the Profitable CEO Accelerator is that we make a practical goal, yet we also consider the emotional part of it. Like, how do we want to feel throughout this goal? So it's the income and the impact that we focus on through our goals. Now that you have assessed your current strategy and you identified any gaps, and then you set your goals, now you want to revise your tactics. You want to optimize your current strategy. And when you're doing this, you want to develop new strategies that integrate both the intuitive insights and the practical actions. So this might look like updating your marketing plan, improving your sales funnel, or launching a new product or service that aligns with the market demand. And this part, yes, it sounds very practical, logical, maybe masculine strategy, but you are listening to your intuition and allowing that to play a part in this planning. This is how it might look like in everyday life. If your social media engagement has been low, you want to analyze your content strategy. Identify what types of posts resonate most with your audience and create a content calendar that leverages these insights. When you join the Sales Flow Masterclass, you have an option to upgrade to the Content Lab that shows you all the ways that you can reconnect with your ideal client and not use just the practical surface level marketing, but really deep down subconscious marketing where it gives your audience a neurochemical response that creates a connection, an unseen energetic connection with you and your marketing. So make sure that you check that out. You can go to the show notes so you can sign up for the Sales Flow Masterclass and then get an option to upgrade with the Content Lab Masterclass. And finally, step 3 is to take consistent, aligned action. So the action here is to implement your revised strategy with consistent, intentional actions that are aligned with your balanced energies and business goals. This is why I always stress that it's not just your business strategy, but it's also your energetic alignment strategy. I think of it as like having 2 horses in the race. Your business strategy is going to pull you through. And then when you're just losing momentum or you're feeling exhausted, that's when you activate your energetic alignment strategy, your second horse, and it pulls you through. So it's like they're both in the race. And so either way, you're going to win because you're able to manage your energy and you're able to manage your strategy efficiently and in the best sophisticated way possible. Yet when it comes to the time for us to take action, we can default to our distorted energies. So the distorted masculine looks like becoming overly rigid and controlling, focused solely on action without allowing for intuition or flexibility. This can lead to burnout and missing out on creative opportunities. And so when I think about the 2 horses in the race, it's like only allowing the business strategy horse to be in the race and not allowing the support of the intuition, not allowing the support of the flexibility and the state management to help win the race, right? Because either way, you're going to win when you have these 2 horses. And then the distorted feminine looks like being indecisive, constantly changing direction. As you're taking action, you're like, oh no, you wake up the next day, you're like, I'm going to do this. And I can totally identify with this, especially having 4 gate 11s in my human design chart. I get an idea and I go chase it. So I have to remind myself and focus on what my why was. Why did I even start this in the first place? And then also in the distorted feminine, you can doubt your actions. You can have a lack of progress in your results because you have a scattered approach that doesn't yield any results. So this is what we're going to do in this step. You're going to create an action plan, break down your goals into manageable tasks, and create a detailed action plan. Schedule these tasks in your calendar to ensure consistent progress. What I like to do is I like to bring in time techniques that is time integration for maximum empowerment. And like we use it to reprogram or rewrite your history, I like to use it to just put your goal in the timeline and then use your imagination and your focus to realign your actions today to get you to that future point. At this step, you also want to monitor your progress. So regularly track your progress against your goals. Use KPIs, key performance indicators, to measure success and identify areas of improvement. I tell my ladies in the accelerator every single Friday, have a CEO Money Friday where you check not only the income that has come in for the week, but you check the performance of your marketing. I found if they wait 90 days to check it, sometimes it's overwhelming and they're like, oh my gosh, I had to go far back. But if you're doing it little by little every week, then it feels less overwhelming and you could just really look at like a bird's eye view in the past 90 days. Also in this step is to stay flexible. Be open to adjusting your actions as needed. If something isn't working, reassess and pivot your approach. I want to emphasize the reassess because I don't want you to pivot or change anything based off of feeling only. You had to use feeling and facts here. By following this 3-step process, you can rebuild a sustainable momentum in your business after an extended sales slump or just energy funk. Realign your energies, reevaluating your strategy, and taking consistent aligned action will help you achieve lasting success and growth. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Aligned Businesswoman podcast. Make sure to share it with a friend and leave me a review. This really does help me rank in all the places. So thank you so much. And I'll catch you next week on the next episode of the Aligned Businesswoman. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Aligned Businesswoman podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Ann Miller, and I'm so excited to share some goodies with you. Head over to the show notes so you can grab your free gift and make sure to leave a review and join me inside the Aligned Businesswoman Facebook group. Until next week, bye-bye, my love.